Welcome everyone to the fifth video in our personal leadership series. So far we have talked about purpose, then establishing values, setting up our roles, and then goals for each of those roles. In this video we're going to talk execution. Where do you go from here to make sure that you're accomplishing what you set out to accomplish? That's our topic for today. Now that we have goals, it's time to go ahead and set our plan for the week. It's time to get it into our calendar and into our task list. I like Covey's framework. This was his suggestion. Look at everything on a weekly basis. That is, set aside time that you go to every week, same time, where you look ahead and you say, here's my goals, my big picture goals that I'm trying to accomplish, the roles in which I'm living, and here's where I figure out what am I going to do this week to advance those goals. In order to do this, I'm going to break open the software actually that I use. I just pull up and create a number spreadsheet that I'm tracking every week. It's my weekly planning. So show you what this looks like. Hang on. This is my desktop, and I'm going to open up the file that I use. It is weekly planning. And there we go. You can see that here. What you see, I've actually got two different tabs, if you will, in this. One is my project schedule. This is my day-to-day work. I like to have in front of me the kinds of gigs that I have coming up, and that way I can always be looking ahead. Whenever I come to my weekly planning, I can say, hey, what do I have a few weeks out that I need to make part of my work and put it into my task list this week. So that's the first thing that I go, and of course it's just broken out by my ongoing clients and by the week. And then this is, the second tab is my weekly wins themselves. And in this, you see down the first column, these are the roles that we talked about in the previous videos. These are the functions, the primary functions that I have in life, right? Both at home and at work. And for each of those, these are the goals. And we talked about this in the last video. These are the goals that I've set for myself. So now the only question is, okay, how are you going to move those forward in this week? So for my role as husband and my goals of deepening intimacy and getting that anniversary trip going, well, notice I'm not working on every one of those this week. You don't have to. That goal is going to be there next week, and there'll be other times when I can very appropriately look at the anniversary trip. But I can do some things around my marathons. I'm going to get in 3 runs this week. The marathon is actually in 10 days. So we got to make sure that happens. And we're going to squeeze in a date night when I get off the road. As you see for my father role, we were going to get a car to one of my children. You know what? We've secured that vehicle. Now we just need to find a day to get it to them. That's going to happen next week. Son, that's my role here. You know what? I can't, this is not the week for the visit, but you know what? I am going to set up a FaceTime. You can see in my sales and marketing, my goal is to do a revised website. What you see below, this is my sales process. So for that, I need to make sure I have a successful call with a particular client this week, and I need to rewrite my About page. For consulting and coaching, my 2 goals are around continued excellence and professional growth. This week I am delivering two full-day classes, and so far we've accomplished one of them. We're halfway through the second one, and reviews are in. We're doing well. So that's where my focus is for this week. I am managing to get in a video. That is what we're doing right here, right now. And then I need to finish chapter 1 in my process that I'm doing with my mentor as a deacon. Get in my workouts and prayers. So this is where what you do is you sit down. You're seeing a finished product. This usually takes about an hour or so to come up with. I'm looking at the goals. I've got my calendar open at the same time, and I'm saying, hey, what can I do? And then once I create these, the next tool that you need to use is you need to schedule it into your week. I happen to like the Apple reminders. I'm an Apple guy. I've got an iPhone, and so this plays between them. And actually, I can check off. This was YBR. I've got this on a weekly reminder to make sure that I'm going through and doing my sales process. Boom, did that today. Updated it, everything's ready to go. You see a few other tasks in front of you. But this is where I will put, and I should create one about set up date night. All right, I'm not going to do that today, but I'm going to go ahead and schedule that. Custom schedule, and make sure I do that by Friday so that we're ready to go for the weekend. And that pops it in, and that way I don't forget about it. You do need two tools. You've got to have something that you look at on a weekly basis. You've got to have some kind of a reminder list so you can put tasks ahead that don't go actually on your calendar as an appointment. There's your tools. Okay, now what do we do? There you have it. Two tools that you already have on your computer that you can use to go ahead and execute, to establish the weekly tasks, if you will, the projects you're going to be working on, the things you're going to accomplish in order to move forward on your goals. And a reminder tool. I like to use Apple Reminders in order to make sure that those happen when they need to happen. Your field work for this week, go ahead and set your first set of goals. Next week, we'll talk about one more tool that you need to look at on a daily basis to set yourself up to live the way you want to live. Thanks so much. Leave any comments below.